This is the Swamp Rat here, taking a hike today. I'm at the Little Big Econ State Forest here in Florida, just outside between Memes and Sanford. Beautiful area. I thought it was going to be a short hike where I'm going. It's actually more like 4 miles in, 4 miles out. So hopefully we'll get some good nature footage out while we're out here. Just kind of show you. Beautiful, beautiful area. This area is, I believe, leased for cattle grazing. Used to be our biggest industry in the state of Florida. Now it falls behind tourism. Little known facts about the state of Florida. We are a cattle producing state, particularly in the rural areas. Interesting note, the term that we hear quite frequently that people take with racial connotations is the term cracker. The Florida cracker is actually not a racial term. It's referring to the Florida cattlemen. Florida cattlemen, unlike the cattlemen, their northern and northwestern counterparts who use lassos to round up cattle, the Florida cattlemen use whips. And they got their name, crackers, because of the sound of the cracking of the whip on the cattle runs. So interesting. I will continue to update you I'm kind of keeping an eye down on the trail as I'm walking. I've noticed a couple of, mixed in with the cow hoof prints, I've seen a couple of deer track. Nothing big and nothing really new. Still would be nice to see some deer out here. Nice big pond. I'm sure there's gators in there. They don't care about the cows. Cows don't care about them. Wow, this is gorgeous. Listen to those cattle. Looks like an egret. I want to be a little quiet. I just saw something running the road. I think it might have been a small deer or a hog. Love to get a view of it. This is also prime alligator country, so I gotta keep my eyes open for gators out sunning on the road. Gators don't bug me as much as some of the other animals. They tend to stick to themselves as long as you don't bug them. But whatever ran across the road right up in here somewhere. Had a really light fawn colored tan. Makes me think of deer. But some of our smaller wild pigs come in the same color. Now the pigs here, The wild hogs are not a native species to Florida. They were brought over by the Spanish Conquistador de Soto as a food source while they were crossing, and for their little colony in St. Augustine. Big guy ended up obviously getting out, and we ended up with hogs everywhere. I do think that's a hog. I'm seeing footprints on the ground now. Let's see. We got a couple of good prints here in this muddy sand on the road. That looks like a hog. That one is definitely a raccoon. You can see the hand-like prints. And we'll see a lot of those out here. Not so much during the day. That is a fairly fresh print. So he's probably out scurrying around somewhere here in the woods. Which, that's his job. Guys, this is another footprint. That's definitely a canine. Since there's no dogs usually in the area, they're not allowed back here to bring your dog. My guess is that's a coyote. We do have coyotes here. Also not native. They end up competing with the deer. Between coyotes and the wild hogs, which are both non-native mammals in the area, they do end up competing with our local deer population. So they're not very desirable, either one of them. Just had 2 deer over here on the side that I spooked up. I don't think they're going to come back out. They were kind of laying low in the marshy land here. It's extremely marshy where I'm at. But I knew they were here. Of course we have garbage along the road. Even 3 miles in, we still see plastic and garbage. I'll put that out where it's easier to find, and I'll carry it out with me. Now, in a survival scenario, this would be a primo find. I could carry water or anything else in it. And what I'm going to do, there's a fence over here. I want to remember where this is so I don't leave it. I really don't have room to carry it right now. So we'll just stick it to the fence right there for now. And keep moving. This road is really unused. Unlike the other ones where the cattle ranch stuff was. I don't think this part of the state forest is being leased out. So it's still pretty wild. Seen a little bit of cow sign here and there, but not a lot. I'm getting a little closer to the river. The Econolanhatchee River. Well, that's something I wasn't expecting. It looks like there's an aviary back here. Bunch of beehives. Nice. The road's still pretty rough out here. Somebody told me they mountain biked out here. I'm kind of doubting it. The terrain is not very conducive to mountain bikes. I've had to walk through mud and swamp in a few spots already. Wasn't catching that on film. I'm little too worried I might drop the phone. And if it drops into the mud, muck, I probably won't get it back. So we'll hold off doing that. I'm on Forest Road 3, heading south still. I've got about 3/4 of a mile till I get to where I'm going, but a lot of that's going to be off-road. Oh, look at this. I do see mountain bike tracks. Looks like somebody's got a fat bike back here. And as you can see, even along the road, we've got full-on ponds. Whoop! Birdie flew off. Hopefully I'll be able to navigate around the pond. Otherwise I'm getting wet. I don't know how deep this is. Nope, I can't navigate around it. So I'm getting a little bit wet. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not above my boots yet. Yeah, it is. Okay, that was some really rough hiking terrain. There is a gorgeous little pond here. I'm hoping I can get a better view of it for you all. I'm about 3.5, 4 miles in right now. I'm almost to the historic river house that's down here. Oh, I actually see it. That or I see something else. Right ahead. There's got to be an easier way to hike in here than what I did. I think I'll find it on the way out. But that's the historic river house. You can see the pond over there. Beautiful, beautiful area. It's these little gems in Florida that nobody sees. They're kind of off the beaten path. We'll see what we got here. We got some picnic tables. The river house. The Kibble Pavilion for day use only. No shit. Little fire pit. Holy shit, there's even a rope swing out here. Little swimming hole. With a rope swing. Made it out to the historic river house, also known as the Kilby Pavilion. Beautiful, beautiful area. There's a little rope swing out here. Bend in the Econolanhatchee River right here. Haven't seen any gators today, which is kind of surprising, but it's not the time of year they're usually out breeding, so I'm not as surprised as I could be. Lots of wildlife on my hike in. beautiful little rest area here for day use. Probably easier to get in here with a canoe or kayak along the river. I'll take it for the hike.